Our people don't understand that everything you going through, it's a punishment from your God. The other nations ain't going through what you going through. They ain't gonna understand judgment because they don't understand the curses that we've been put under. Read Romans 8:16. Because you only are the children of God. No other nations. You so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you are the children of God.
Read it out.
Read.
The book of Romans chapter 8 and verse 16. The Spirit itself bears witness.
So the Bible alone is clear evidence that what?
With our spirit that we are the children of God.
So the Bible alone is clear evidence that you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the children of God. And you are the Israelites. Go to Acts 7:51.
Bring it out, huh?
Because there's a lot of holidays coming up that our people is going to keep. But guess what? They ain't finna keep name law that's in this Bible.
What?
You read Acts 7:51.
The book of Acts, chapter 7 and verse 51.
Read.
Ye stiff-necked and uncircumcised in heart
Read.
and ears, ye do always resist the Holy Ghost.
The Bible is talking to the black man. He said you is hard-headed. You always rejecting the laws of God. Give me Colossians 2:8. Halloween finna come up. Guess what? We gonna have our kids in a Michael Myers mask, in a Jason mask. What else? Oh, Freddy Krueger mask. But guess what? When the Feast of Dedication come up, where you gonna be at? When the new moon come up, where you gonna be at? You gonna say, I don't know nothing about that. That's evil right there. Read.
The book of Colossians, chapter 2 and verse 8.
Read.
Beware, lest any man spoil you.
So it's saying beware. Don't let no man rob you. Why did it say beware? It's saying watch out. Because he knew it was going to happen. Don't let no man rob you of your knowledge. Read.
Beware, lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit.
Through philosophy and vain deceit. Because you still think that Christmas is Jesus' birthday. But that's nowhere in the Bible. That's vain deceit. And then when we say show us in the Bible, you cannot show us. Where in the Bible do it say he was born in the winter? Where in the Bible do it say celebrate Halloween? Where in the Bible do it say celebrate the death of the Native Americans, which is Thanksgiving? The whole world is backwards. Give me Psalms 82, Psalms 82 and 4, they know not. The whole world is out of course. You supposed to be ruling. The Most High God sent you as the gods of this earth. But guess what? You lost your power because you broke his laws.
Yes, right.
Psalms 82 and 5.
The book of Psalms, chapter 82 and verse 5. They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness.
The Bible said you know not. It say you neither will you understand. You walk on in darkness. Because you still think the law done away with. When Sunday comes, you're going to be in church on Sunday listening to your pastor with that collection plate. Because he ain't nothing but a pimp. He put the hookers to the side and grabbed the collection plate. Now he pimping you. Give me Deuteronomy 1:1. Leviticus 26. The Bible says our people don't know, they know not, neither will they understand. You don't understand why we keep the laws of God. You don't understand why we out here trying to bring life into you. You don't understand none of that. You say them niggas crazy. Bring it out! Leviticus 26:14.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 26 and verse 14. But if ye would not hearken unto me, and will not do all these commandments.
So the Most High, what was coming, we was brought out of Egypt. So he said, I brought you out of Egypt. But if you ain't gonna listen to me to do everything that's written in this Bible, not just the 10, wait.
Verse 15, and if ye shall despise my statutes.
If you shall hate his laws, how do you hate his laws? By not just listening to it. Because we listen to everything the pastor say. We listen to our mama. We gonna tell you straight from the Bible, and guess what you gonna do? Ma, are we the Israelites? She don't know. The pastor ain't never told her that you the Israelites. The pastor ain't gonna tell you the greatest thing that ever walked this earth. They don't even know who the children of Israel is. How they gonna tell you? But they gonna tell you are African American. They gonna tell you we all equal when the Most High God didn't make the world like that. He separated us from everybody. Read.
And if ye shall despise my statutes, or if you of your soul abhor my judgments, so that ye will not do all my commandments.
Y'all brothers got 5 minutes of your time to learn who you are?
I got 5 minutes. I ain't got much time.
Give me Deuteronomy 28 and 15. Now watch this. Y'all know who y'all are according to the Bible?
You're supposed to be a child of God. That's what they say.
You know you an Israelite?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Alright, so what we gonna show you through the Bible. Watch this. Deuteronomy 1 and 1 first. So you saying you ain't got no more time, just bear with me right quick. So watch this. We gonna show you today out the Bible. Thus said the Lord, that y'all are the Israelites. Deuteronomy 1 and 1.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 1 and verse 1. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
So the Most High God letting you know, this Bible, the whole book of Deuteronomy, these the words which Moses spake unto all Israel. Give me Deuteronomy 28 and 1. So who is this to? The Israelites. You see yourself on this side? Who is your daddy?
They say Jesus, God.
No, I'm saying your earthly father. Is he a so-called Negro?
That's what they say.
Okay, so that means you from the tribe of Judah, the same tribe Christ come from. 28 and 1.
So watch this. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 1. And it shall come to pass,
meaning it's gonna happen.
If thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Meaning we listen to this Bible in a continual manner. Read.
To observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
Let's skip down to 15. Let me ask you something. Is we high above all nations of the earth? As the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Are we a ruling class people? As you said the perfect thing. We should be, but watch this. Guess what we chose? We didn't want to be high above all nations. This what we chose though. Read.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 15.
Read.
But it shall come to pass.
Mean it's gonna happen. Read.
If thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
We don't listen and do what's all in this Bible. Read.
To observe, to do all his commandments.
Read.
And his statutes, which I command thee this day.
Read.
That all these curses.
All these what?
All these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So watch this. Skip down to 45. So a curse is an evil thing, right? So he said if we don't listen to this Bible, all these curses are going to come upon us. Now watch this, 45. Start at 46. Now watch this.
Verse 46, Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign.
So the curse is going to be upon the blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans for a sign, meaning they're going to identify or show you who the children of Israel are today. Right. So these curses, whoever these curses on, skip down to 16, whoever these curses on, them who the children of Israel are. You got that?
I got that.
All right, now watch this, 16.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 16.
Read.
Curse shall not be in the city.
So he said curse gonna be in the city. When you go to the city, where the blacks and Hispanics stay in?
In the ghetto.
Exactly. Ain't that a curse? But what you say, we supposed to be ruling, right? But guess what? We ain't want to listen. So guess what? He said he gonna curse you. Curse shall not be in the city and whatever.
And curse shall not be in the field.
Was not we cursed in the cotton fields? Was not we cursed in the sugar fields? Orange Mound was the orange plantation. Right. Now watch this. Verse 17.
Verse 17. Curse shall be thy basket and thy store.
Now go to Haggai 1 and 6. So he said curse gonna be your basket and hold that though. Curse gonna be your basket in your store, meaning you ain't gonna have no black owned businesses. How many? Like 1 out of 1,000? That's a curse though. Because people that's not from our country, we've been staying here all our life, but they can come and get them a store immediately. Soon as they touch down.
All the stores too.
Exactly. But guess what? Because we ain't want to listen. Read.
The book of Haggai, chapter 1 and verse 6. Read. Ye have sown much and bring in little.
So you work about 100 hours a week, just exaggerate. You work about 100 hours a week, but guess what? You don't bring in nothing. Read.
Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And ye that earneth wages to put it in a bag with holes.
So we going to work just to put our money in a bag with holes. Why? Because when we get that check, what's coming out? The cable bill, the water bill. We working just to pay them. We just work just to take care of ourselves and barely that, bro. We don't have no extra money. Give me 28. Go to 19.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 19.
Read.
Curse shall thou be when thou comest in.
So curse gonna be when you come in the world. That's why 2-year-old babies, they getting hit by straight bullets. Do the other nations, baby? No. But the blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans, this happening to us. This happen all the time. 2-year-old babies getting hit by straight bullets. Curse when you come into the world. Read.
And curse shall thou be when thou goest out.
Curse gonna be when you come out the world. What our people say? Well, look, I'm going out hard. I'm a down real nigga. You know what I'm saying? Curse gonna be when you come out the world. Skip down to verse 25, bro.
Verse 25. The Lord shall cause thee to be smitten before thy enemies.
So he said, since he ain't want to listen to him, give me Leviticus 26:17. Since he ain't want to listen to him, he said he gonna cause you to be killed before your enemies. So who is that happening to every day? Exactly. Now watch this. And Hispanic too. Watch this, Leviticus 26:17.
The book of Leviticus chapter 26 and verse 17. And I will set my face against you.
So the Most High God said he gonna set his face against us. Read.
And ye shall be slain before your enemies.
He said you're gonna be killed before your enemies. That's why he allowing this to happen. Because his face set against you. Read.
They that hate you shall reign over you.
They that hate you gonna reign over you. So the other nations that reigning over us, that's ruling over us, they don't love us according to the Bible.
That's right.
Now go to Zechariah 11:5. Now watch this. Tell me, is this happening every day? This happening every day, bro. Zechariah 11:5.
Bring it out,
This happening every day. Start at verse 4.
The book of Zechariah chapter 11 and verse 4.
Read.
Thus said the Lord my God, feed the flock of the slaughter.
The flock of the slaughter is the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Because we getting killed every day. Now read the next verse.
Verse 5. Whose possessors slay them
Whose possessor killed them?
and hold themselves not guilty.
Trayvon Martin, Mike Brown, hands up, don't shoot.
Right.
Rodney King was beat on camera.
Right.
But was they guilty? No. Emmett Till, tongue got his mouth. Was they guilty? No. Go back to Deuteronomy 28. So you see that? Who is these curses identifying right now? Us. No other nation. So watch this. Go to, read verse 25 again.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 25.
Read.
The Lord shall cause thee to be smitten before thy enemies.
Read.
Thou shalt go one way against them.
So we go out one way against them, marching like the Civil War, marching, read.
And flee 7 ways before them.
But we run 7 ways. Why? Tear gas coming out, water hose, dogs coming out, all type of stuff coming out. Bullets, yeah, exactly. Skip down to verse 26.
Verse 26. And thy carcass shall be meat unto all fowls of the air.
So your flesh gonna be meat, meaning when they hung you, guess what they did? When you Google slavery, they left us out there, bro. They left us out there, and their daughters will be looking at us smiling. Our flesh was meat to all the fowls, meaning birds of the earth. Read.
And unto the beasts of the earth, and no man shall fray them away.
No man ran them away. Now watch this. Skip down to verse 30.
Verse 30. Thou shalt betroth a wife,
So you gonna have a wife, read.
and another man shall lie with her.
Guess what this talking about? Slavery. Because what was our women in slavery, you know?
There was just somebody that came to fight.
And what else? Bed wenches. Because the white man, when they got tired of little salad, what? They'll come and get out, they'll come and get our wife. And sleep with them. Now watch this, read.
Thou shalt build a house, and thou shalt not dwell therein.
You see Mexicans all around, they building houses. But is they staying in them big houses? No, they not. In slavery, when we built the whole plantation up, but did we stay in their house? No. Read.
Thou shalt plant a vineyard, and shalt not gather the grapes thereof.
Talking about the wine. You gonna make the most finest wine, but you ain't gonna be drinking. Now watch this. Skip down to verse 31. Watch this.
Verse 31. Thy ox shall be slain before thy eyes, and thou shalt not eat thereof. Thy ass shall be violently taken away
Talking about the Native Americans, but watch this though.
from before thy face, and shall not be restored to thee.
We ain't getting no reparations. This say thou shalt not be what?
That shall not be restored to thee.
It ain't gonna be restored to us. 40 acres in the mirrors, our people better get out these imaginations, bro. We under the curse of God. Ain't nobody finna save us. Read verse 32.
Verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
Your sons and your daughters gonna be given to another people when they having slavery. But guess what? If you got a 15-year-old son and he think he want to go kill little Ray Ray around the corner, what's gonna happen? They gonna hide him in prison. Read.
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thy eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long.
So once they come get your 15-year-old son because he didn't kill little Ray Ray, you ain't gonna be able to do no more crap. Because you can't get them back. Do we got $1 million to go get them back out of the penitentiary? Nah, read.
And there shall be no might in thy hand. Verse 33.
And that's, yeah, and there ain't gonna be no might in our hand to get them back. All these gangs, they can't go get our kids back. What they gonna do?
They can.
Now watch this. Read verse 37.
Verse 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment.
So we gonna become a bad amazement. Because when they look at us, we always fighting. On Facebook, we always promoting violence. That's a bad amazement, because the other nations, they know who we are. They know that we the Israelites, we the children of God.
Yes, right.
You know what I'm saying? So they look at us like, they ain't need the children of God. You know what I'm saying? They act like a plumb fool around here. Read.
No matter how good we can do, we still gonna be bad.
Exactly. Watch this.
A proverb and a byword among all nations, whither the Lord shall lead thee.
So he said you gonna be a proverb. What's a proverb? A wise saying. Niggas love chicken. Niggas hate Mondays. What else? To hide from a nigga, put a word in a book. So he said you gonna become a byword. What's a byword? Anything outside of your name. Like what? Nigga, African American, coon, Afro American. All these, and a lot of folks that's walking on this earth, they older than they so-called nationality, African American. So watch this. Skip down to verse 43.
Verse 43. The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high.
Because when we came out of Egypt, the Most High destroyed the Egyptians so bad for us, it was other nations with us. So he say, no other nations that were with you, they gonna get above you very high. Who in our neighborhoods ruling? The other nations. They got up above us very high. Read.
And thou shalt come down very low.
Read.
He shall lend to thee.
He gonna lend to you. Because guess what? When they come over here, they get grants from the government. What they do? They lend to us. Read.
And thou shalt not lend to them.
We don't get them gas. They give up, and a lot of this gas watered down. You see what I'm saying? So we gonna lend to them. Skip down, go to verse 46. Now watch this. Now just stay right there for a little minute. 47.
Verse 47. Because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart.
So guess what? Since we want to serve God and be high above all nations, a ruler class of people, read, with joyfulness and gladness, read.
For the abundance of all things,
with everything we wanted, read.
Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies.
Now we got to serve our enemies, read.
Which the Lord shall send against thee.
They didn't just come against us, they were sent against us, read.
In hunger.
So when you hunger, where we go to? Churches, Dixie Queen, all these other stuff, our people don't own it though. We got to go to our enemies when we hungry. When you go to Kroger, your food already packed up for you. Your enemies packed it up, read.
And in thirst.
And in thirst, the Sunny, Coke, Sprite, all that stuff our people don't own. When you want water, if you don't pay your water bill, what's going to happen? They cutting it off. We got to go to our enemies, bro. Watch this. You can't even collect rainwater. They'll lock you up. Read.
And in nakedness.
When you want clothes, we got to go to our enemies. Who be in the village mart? The Arabs. Our enemy, we got to go to our enemy for everything. Read.
And in want of all things.
No matter what we want, we got to go to our enemy. You want a birth certificate, death certificate, you want to send your kids to school, you got to send them through your enemy education system. You having a baby, you got to go to your enemy hospital. No matter what you want, but watch this, read.
And he shall put a yoke of iron.
He put chains on your neck, read.
Upon thy neck, until he have destroyed thee.
Until he have destroyed us. Now it tell you Christ is a black man in the Bible, but they think this they God. We destroyed as a nation of people. Because all our answers right here, but we got all these other books. We constantly searching. We're not knowing that the answer right here. Now watch this. Skip down to verse 64.
Verse 6.
Skip down to verse 61.
Verse 61. And every sickness and every plague, which is not written in the book of this law, them will the Lord bring upon thee.
So he said all the diseases that ain't written here, AIDS, chlamydia, STD, all that stuff, guess what? He gonna bring us upon, he gonna bring that upon us, right? And what who got the highest AIDS rate in there? We do. Yeah, we do. In our neighborhoods in general, AIDS, you think the other nations don't get it? Yeah, they get it, but guess what? The Most High punishing us.
That's right.
Watch this. Now skip down to verse 64. Now skip down to verse 63, because a lot of people think the Most High God mad for this. Watch this.
Verse 63. And it shall come to pass that as the Lord rejoiced over you to do you good and to multiply you.
We don't die, we multiply. As he rejoiced over you to do you good, to multiply you, read.
So the Lord will rejoice over you to destroy you.
Guess what? He happy right now. He clapping right now. He rejoicing over that thing. Cause guess what? We could have been the greatest thing. We still the greatest, but guess what? We could have been ruling right now. Right. Watch this. Skip down to verse 64. Now watch this.
Verse 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people from the one end of the earth.
So guess what? He scattered us among all people, and I'm gonna show you how he scattered us too. Read.
Even unto the other. And there shalt thou serve other gods.
So when he scattered us, we were gonna serve other gods. Read.
Which neither thou nor thy fathers have known.
Our fathers didn't know none about that right there. They ain't know none about white Jesus. They ain't know none about Allah. Now watch this.
Even wood and stone.
What's that wood and stone they serve? Leviticus 26:1. What's the two biggest religions on the earth? Biggest religions. Christianity and what? Exactly. So he said we gonna serve wood and stone. Cause you got 1,000 and some churches across Memphis, but what's on top of every one of them? Exactly. But watch what the Bible say though.
The book of Leviticus chapter 26 and verse 1. Ye shall make you no idols nor graven image, neither rear you up a standing image.
So why is they rearing up these standing images across our churches? The Bible said you shall make those. Read.
Neither shall ye set up any image of stone in your land to bow down unto it.
Who do that? The Muslims. They bowed down. Now this bow was written through the Spirit of the Most High over 3,000 years ago. This couldn't be man-made. Go back to Deuteronomy 28. Now I'm going to show you how they scattered us. Read verse 65 first. Watch this. 26, 65, 66.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 65.
Yep.
And among these nations shalt thou find no ease.
Read.
Neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest.
We ain't gonna have rest. We working all day. We ain't gonna find no ease. They cracking down so hard on us. You know what I'm saying? What? Exactly. Now watch this. Keep reading.
But the Lord shall give thee there a trembling heart.
A trembling heart, meaning we gonna be weak. The only person we want to kill is our brother. The only person we stand up against is our brother. Because we hear this all the time, folks. They come out, any nigga can get it. But that's our brother, though. You see what I'm saying? But we march against them. Not saying go do nothing to them, but the message is come back to the laws of God. Watch this.
I really appreciate what y'all doing.
Now watch this, 68.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
So he said he gonna bring you, give me Deuteronomy 5 and 6. He gonna bring you into Egypt again. He gonna bring you into Egypt again with ships. This what Egypt mean.
I'm finna walk back down there, fam.
He gonna bring you into Egypt again with ships. When we left Egypt, we ain't have to, it wasn't no need for no ships. Is it a need for a ship to go from here to Mississippi? Yeah, because Israel was right next to Egypt. But watch this, Egypt means something.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 5 and verse 6. I am the Lord thy God, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt from the house of bondage.
So Egypt mean the house of bondage, meaning slavery. The only reason it was called Egypt because we served slavery there. It was called Mizraim at first. So Egypt means the house of bondage or slavery. So watch this.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Well, you're gonna go into slavery again with ships. Not just America, because our people were scattered where? Everywhere. The most slave was sold in Brazil. Now watch this, read.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee.
So the same way the Most High put the Spirit on Moses to prophesy to us, that's how it happened, read.
Thou shalt see it no more again.
You're going to see our homeland as a nation of people no more, which is Jerusalem, read.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
There we going to be sold unto our enemies. For what?
For bond men.
For slave men.
And bond women.
And slave women.
And no man shall buy you.
No man not going to be able to save us. You see what I'm saying? So these curses only fit one nation of people.
That's right.
Only one nation of people, and that's us, bro. You know what I'm saying? All right.
Deuteronomy 10 and 12.
Yeah, now watch this. You know what you got to do, right? Give me Deuteronomy 10 and 12. Yeah, we got classes every Saturday, bro, on a true Sabbath day, from 12 to 2, from 2 to 4. Right down the street, 1661 Lamar Roselle. Right down from Lamar Bellevue. So watch this. This what you got to do, bro. Now you know you got this knowledge on who you is. Watch this.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10 and verse 12. And now, Israel, What doeth the Lord thy God require of thee?
So a lot of folks say, what's my purpose on this earth? What I gotta do? Watch this. Do what we gotta do. Read.
The Lord thy God require of thee, but to fear the Lord thy God.
Meaning to fear his judgment. You supposed to fear. If you put that blunt in your mouth, you supposed to fear that he gonna destroy you. Read.
To walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul.
So he finna show you what all that mean. Read.
To keep the commandments.
To do what?
To keep the commandments of the Lord.
So we gotta keep the commandments of God. All the, like this right here, this is a commandment. That's biblical. That's why we got it on. Let me get there, number 15 and 13. But the Bible say prove all things. So that's our purpose. Our purpose is to keep the commandments.
Right.
That's what the Most High God requires us. Read number 15 and 13.
The book of Numbers, chapter 15 and verse 38. Speak unto the children of Israel.
It's constantly redundant, because why? The Most High God, he only dealing with the nation of Israel. Them doctrines that they taught us when we got off them ships, it got to stop, because we can read and write now, bro. Right. The Bible not lying. They the one that lied. Read.
And bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments.
He command them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments. Read.
Throughout their generations.
Meaning as long as we having kids. Read.
And that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue.
A ribbon of blue. That's why you see that ribbon of blue right there. All the brothers got a ribbon of blue on their fringe. The fringes, it don't matter what color, but your ribbon gotta be blue. Read.
And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye may look upon it and remember all the commandments of the Lord.
So it's a spiritual thing. When we about to do wrong, we look at these and remember the commandments. Like, nah, bro, I can't do that.
Right.
If a thought like I'm finna go smoke a blunt coming our head, we say, nah, we can't do that. We the Israelites. We remember the commandments.
Right.
So that's what the fringe is for us to keep the commandments. You see what I'm saying?
Leviticus 21 and 5.
Yeah, Leviticus 21 and 5. Yeah, now watch this. Now, in Psalms 111 and 10, how you understand is keep the commandments. According to the scriptures, you ain't keeping the laws. You ain't going to understand it like that.
Right.
Read.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 21 and verse 5.
Now, this a law.
They shall not make baldness upon their head.
So that's why the brothers that don't, if you don't see them with a beard, that's because they can't grow. We can't make baldness upon our head. Read.
Neither shall they shave off the corner of their
So
beard.
we can't shave off our beard. We can get it trimmed, but we can't shave it off. This is a law from God. And the other nations fear it. That's why they want you to look cute. Because when you got this, you look very aggressive.
Yeah.
And they hate it. Because they know what they see when they look at you. Read.
Nor make any cuttings in their flesh.
They get no tattoos. You know what I'm saying? No more tattoos when you come in the truth. They just read. Make any cuttings in their flesh. So yeah, that's what we got to do, bro. We got to keep the laws of God. That's what the Most High God requires.
Acts 3.
Yeah, Act 3 and 19. So I mean, by you coming back, so you understand that. You understand you an Israelite, you from the tribe of Judah. Acts 3 and 19.
The book of Acts, chapter 3 and verse 19. Repent ye therefore and be converted.
So it says repent. Re means to do something again. What is we doing again? Go to Psalm 19 and 7. It say repent ye therefore and be converted. So what is we doing again? No. Kind of deep what you just said. But to do something again, you had to have had it before. Yes. The other nations never had the Bible. So how can they do something again? Do this again, read.
The book of Psalms, chapter 19 and verse 7.
So remember it said, repent ye therefore and be converted. So you got to be what converts you.
The law of the Lord is perfect.
Read.
Converting the soul.
So the law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul. So when it... What?
2 Samuel 10 and
4. 2 Samuel 10 and 4. So the law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul. So when it say repent ye therefore and be converted, it's talking about return back to God's laws. That's what repent means. Return back to God's laws. You can't keep saying it and asking for forgiveness. That's playing with God. 2 Samuel 10 and 4. 2 Samuel 10. Yeah. Now watch this.
The book of 2 Samuel, chapter 10 and verse 4. Wherefore Hanan took David's servants and shaved off the one half of their beards, and cut off their garments in the middle, even to their buttocks, and sent them away.
So they hold behind was out. But watch this. Watch how they felt about this.
Verse 5, because the men were greatly ashamed.
So they was greatly ashamed of having their pants sagged. So as black men, guess what? We gotta start pulling our pants up. That's why that's the reason why we astonishment. They don't take us serious. We gotta start pulling our pants up. You know what I'm saying? You got that? Alright, all praises. Alright, bro. Be careful out here, bro.
1 John 5 and 3.
1 John 5 and 3. You love God, bro?
I got you.
Alright, I'm gonna leave you with this, bro.
The book.
So this what it means to love God. When I read this, bro, I said, I really gotta start smoking. That's why I started smoking. Once I saw this,
I ain't smoking about 2 years.
all praise to the Most High. Read.
The book of 1 John, chapter 5 and verse 3. For this is...
Start at verse 2.
Verse 2. By this we know that we love the children of
So
God.
by these scriptures, we gonna know we love the children of God. Read.
When we love God and keep His commandments.
That's why so much killing and stealing going on, because we don't love each other. According to the Bible, how you love keeping God's commandments. Because when you keeping the laws, you ain't got to worry about nobody running in your house robbing you. You ain't got to worry about nobody coveting after your wife. Watch this, keep reading.
Verse 3. For this is the love of God, that we keep His commandments.
So the love of God, it all come back to keeping His commandments. That's how we know we love God, because love is an action word.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? All praise to the Most High. So, you understand all that? So you, I mean, you know, as you know who you are, what they mean, you got to do better, right? So you got to pull up your pants, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? All praise to the Most High. Hey, bro, I used to be the same way, bro. I promise. I promise. All praise to the Most High. So, you understand that Christ only died for you, the nation of Israel? So, Matthew 15:24. So you ain't gonna shave this off no more, right? Alright. All praise, all praise. So make sure you grow that out, man. Alright, bro.
I appreciate y'all what y'all doing.
Alright. You gotta be up here too, bro. Come to the school, bro.
Shalom. This is Bishop Nathaniel of Israel United in Christ. Please subscribe to our YouTube channels. Stay up to date with our latest events, music, and classroom lessons. IUIC plans to continue visiting different countries where this gospel has not been preached before. IUIC needs your help in pushing this truth. So join us, subscribe to our Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and podcasts, and stay up to date with us. For more information, please visit www.israelunite.org.